Greetings, film fans, and welcome to episode 3 of the Big Reviewski with Omniplex Cinemas. My name's Owen, and I'm delighted to be joined by two cinematic compadres. It's Justine Stafford and Rory Cashin. I'm at. Did that seem like I didn't remember your names there for a second?
Initially, I was like, it's just, and I thought you were going to say just.
Do you get that a lot?
I get just Ian. I get a lot. Justin, because that's my dad's name.
Of course.
Do you want to wait, Justine.ie? Because it's like, oh.
Wait, is your dad Justin and you're Justine?
I'm Justine.
What's your mommy's name? Justina.
Katrina.
Katrina, actually?
Yeah.
These names are amazing.
So they just thought outside the box.
And we're here to talk about films. Anyway, not Justine's family names. Thanks everybody for watching so far. I know, Rory, your mommy is a fan of the show.
She is.
I know people always say this, so my mommy was watching, our mommy's genuinely too.
She like biggest fans. I know my mommy is a big fan of the show. Yours is as well.
She is, well, she's mainly a fan.
Last week, Justine's hat.
It's mainly about the hats. So she's going to be, sorry, Matt, will you please give my mommy an apology?
Just Karma, Owen's mommy, I am so sorry I have no hat today.
No hat.
But I'll make it up to you.
Thanks
I'll
very
have a hat
much.
We spent all the hat budget on our pen budget this week.
Yeah.
That is a horrific looking pen.
Opulent.
Is that a real diamond?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So that's where all your money went, right. If you would like to get in touch with the Big Reviewski, you can tweet us at Big Reviewski, or you can Instagram us on the Joe Instagram. I keep pointing at Justine because she looks after the Joe Instagram.
Personification of Instagram right here.
I was thinking I'm at like a DEFCON level 3 at the minute for excitement levels of the show.
Which one's the highest DEFCON?
1.
All right.
1. And 5 is the everything's fine, everything's grand. 1, we're all going to die.
Oh.
But I'm at 3 in terms of excitement levels because we've got a pretty excellent show. We have the director of one of the best films of the year, The Favourite. I know it's still January, but it's probably going to be one of the top ones come the end of the year.
I would imagine so, yeah. Especially since it's now officially the most Oscar-nominated Irish film of all time.
Ever. Of course, Element Pictures are behind, are one of the production companies behind The Favourite, directed by Yorgos Lanthimos from Roscommon, which is great. But you had a chance to chat to him recently, Rory.
Yeah, he was over for the screening of the film, and he's a very clever man. Because you and I seen Dogtooth years ago.
Years and years ago.
And that is a film.
It's an interesting film.
It's an experience. It's memorable for a whole bevy of reasons. Yeah, but then when he moved over to English language stuff, he had obviously The Lobster and The Killing of the Sacred Deer. So he's a very strong Irish connection. And now this one is co-financed by Ireland.
Yeah, so lots of Oscar nominations.
Entire country.
All of us. Here, take my money. So yeah, The Favourite and a chat with Yorgos coming up later on in the show. Yorgos, how you doing? We also have some brilliant prizes to give away, some Lego box sets.
So I give a tease of one?
No.
No, sorry.
Tease
one.
Tease one.
Tease the smallest one.
Look at this. Look at this. Can we get a close-up? I don't know if we can do close-ups. Everyone's shaking their heads. No close-ups. Get a close-up right here.
If we can't do close-ups, maybe just sit closer to the screen.
I'll go closer.
There we go.
Look at that
I was telling
close-up.
the viewer to sit closer.
All right, okay. Viewers, let's go half and half here. This is obviously Battle Ready Batman and Metalbeard, which sounds amazing, from the Lego Movie 2, which is coming out very soon.
Metalbeard is Nick Offerman from Parks and Rec.
No.
Unbelievable. So we will have this set. He is. Along with some others to give away later on in the show. But up first, it's time for the big question on the Big Reviewski. And this week's big question is over to Justine.
I'm a big fan of the...
It's great, isn't it?
It is fantastic.
So for anyone who's listening to the show, sorry for ignoring you for the past couple of weeks, but the big question, those words literally appeared on the screen there now.
Behind us, and we're just still in awe of technology.
Still in awe of technology and
Yes.
TVs.
So this question comes off the back of last week's episode where we were discussing the website where you can check if a dog dies in a film.
Sure.
Now, there's just something about films though that a dog death or an animal death impacts you so much more than a human death.
It's because they're better than people.
Well,
Yeah,
of course,
most people are not great.
we are not worthy of dogs.
No.
So this question comes off the back of last week, and it is, what was the most traumatic dog death you've ever seen in a film?
This was a tough one because pretty much every dog death is traumatic in
It's
some
horrific.
way. Even
Yeah.
the evil dogs, when they die,
A bad
like
dog.
Cujo,
Bad dog.
A bad dog.
Bad dog.
like Cujo
sad.
or the end of Old Yeller, because at the end he was crazy
He had
and he was trying to eat people.
He's a bad dog in that one.
But like even
He's
they're
gone bad.
kind of traumatic. But I assume we're all most traumatized by like when the good doggy
When good dogs die. But yeah, because it was off the back of the new John Wick trailer. R.I.P. Paul Moore, who we have to get an obligatory John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum reference.
John Wick 3 is the Meg, I think.
Yes, it is. It actually is. But Daisy, the dog, died in the first John Wick film. And so off the back of that, I didn't even know this website existed, doesthedogdie.com. So I visited this site, and it's incredible. Because they don't just do dogs, they do other animals as well.
But yeah, like they go into detail of though, is it just injured or is it point blank?
So much detail. Yeah. So what doggy death did you go for?
The film that I've picked, this traumatised me.
You should have brought tissues.
But yeah, I really did not come prepared here today. But the film that I picked was My Dog Skip. So there it is there.
Okay.
Now, I picked this film because it was the first dog death I actually witnessed.
Is that Malcolm
in the Middle?
That's Frankie Muniz, guys. Yeah. Holding the dog.
Is that Fraser's dog?
It does look a lot like Fraser's
in the middle
dog.
Of Fraser's dog.
But this was the first dog that I ever witnessed on screen. And I remember it clearly, went into the cinema for my birthday, shout out Mum, she packed 10 of us into the cinema. Katrina. I'm not sure how we all even got to the cinema because we're all 10-year-olds there. And it was the moment when that dog died in the film that I realised life is shit.
Oh God almighty.
Yeah, and it was the turning
point. You were 10.
You were 10 and that
you realised at that point that life is shit.
Yeah.
You know what, you were an early learner.
I was.
Yeah, ahead of the curve. Girls always learn faster. Always learn faster.
Mid-20s before I was like, hang on.
This ain't good.
It's not the best.
So the film basically, it's about Frankie who plays Willie Morris, who is a writer, and he's a
writer? What age is he?
Willie Morris,
he's also 10.
When he grows up, he becomes.
Sorry,
right.
This is going memory.
Yes, this is
what's happening.
Because I've never seen My Dog Skip ever.
No, I've never heard of it.
I don't think I've heard of it.
Good, you're better off because it's traumatic.
That dog does look like you say it does. When it dies, it's going to be an upsetting death.
Do you know what the most dramatic thing is? So it's about his life. He's an only child, and the dog becomes his best friend.
No.
And I can relate. Not that I was an only child, but I can relate. That
Hold on, you're not an only child, but I can relate to him because I ignored my other sibling.
I can relate because my dog was my best friend growing up. So he sees him through his entire growing up, and then he moves off to college. And same with me, I moved off to college, and my dog at home passed away, and Willie's dog passes away. So it's a death that when he leaves, he sleeps in his bed. These are
tears. These are tear snots.
I'm hysterically laughing because I just blocked out the trauma.
That's it, yeah.
So he dies anyway, and the final words in the film...
He dies anyway.
So that's that.
I can't. So he dies, and he's buried in the garden, under the tree, and he's laid to rest there. And the last words in the film, I had to write them down because I wanted to get it right. But that wasn't entirely true. For he was laid to bury in my heart.
Oh, lads. Let's just take
Cue Justine, 10-year-old,
let's take a moment
bawling
for Skip, a.k.a. Fraser's dog.
into her bucket of popcorn.
Yeah. Are you okay now?
Look, honestly, it triggered something. When I remembered it last week, I was like, I blocked this out. I blocked it out.
It all came flooding back.
Really, the show is more of a therapy session.
Yes.
It actually
These chairs are quite so amazingly you could actually lie back
Tell
in
me,
them.
what's your first sad memory about dogs?
My choice wasn't My Dog Skip. My choice is it's from a Will Smith film. Yeah, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, the movie. No, this is from I Am Legend. And whenever this film... No? Why are you shaking your head, Rory?
Because it's a sad one.
This was a really tough one, because I was thinking, God, like which ones? Because as you said, they all have an impact. And the one that popped into my head first was Marley and Me, but I'm not going to pick Marley and Me.
Obvious.
Yeah.
No, definitely not.
The book was sadder.
Yeah. But... Yeah, this one.
Right.
No, I'm going to be okay. I'm
It's
going to be okay.
tough.
So obviously a bit of context. The film I Am Legend. Will Smith is one of the last. Well, he thinks he's like the last man on Earth. He's in New York. He's already suffered a load of tragedy because at the start of his film are flashbacks. His wife and his child have died while trying to evacuate New York. There's a massive virus outbreak which turns people. It's basically a zombie film. Oh God, there's going to be so many people who are going to be like, it's not actually a zombie
actually more
film.
like a vampire film.
Yeah. Actually, it's a mixture of zombies and zombies. But yes, so his best friend is Sam, the German Shepherd, and was given to him by his daughter just before she died as a puppy. She wasn't a puppy; the dog was a puppy.
Yep.
So and they grew up like protecting each other, and then during one of the big fight scenes, Sam gets bitten. and Will Smith, because I can't remember his character name, tries to administer like an antidote of sorts. It doesn't work, so his dog starts to turn
Into a zombie.
into a zombie dog. And Will Smith has to put him down himself. And that scene, sorry, how you doing? Samantha, it is. It's Sam, short for Samantha. Might be gender fluid dog, you never know. So he has to put...
I never asked.
It's not my business. Put her down, and that scene, the camera, because Will Smith, people forget, is genuinely a really excellent actor.
Absolutely.
So this dramatic moment of them in the place where they live, and he's just holding the dog, and you hear the dog, and it just, I remember the time it broke me. Yeah, because the rest of the film is fine, but that moment, yeah, was standout, and still to this day sticks with me.
It's a sad one.
It does. It really just sticks in your brain.
Look at that dog.
Yeah, I know, gorgeous dog.
And for the whole film, she's like really smart and like is following commands and is helping him survive things.
Another good dog.
And when it's a really good dog, and then she basically sacrifices herself, and it's just too much.
That's right. And good news, the dog is still alive. It's called Abby. Is really deaf now and loves balls, which is great. So there you go. Just write that one down. Rory, what did you go for? What's your traumatic dog death?
My one's closer to your one. It was a childhood trauma.
Okay. Yeah.
It is All Dogs Go to Heaven.
I completely forgot about this one.
God.
Yeah.
Look at the...
It was like...
oh my God, I've never seen your face look like this, Rory. You've actually...
I had the same thing. I was like, I was going through them all, and I was like, oh, I thought of I Am Legend. I thought of Turner and Hooch.
Right, yeah.
With
Tom Hanks?
Tom Hanks? No. Yes.
Yes.
What was the other one? K9 with...
with Jim Belushi.
Like, I was going through them all in my mind, and then I was like, what one actually still would, to this day, would trigger me? And then I remembered this, because I think it's a co-Irish animation.
It is,
it's Don Bluth.
Don Bluth, yeah.
And it's just this, like, beautiful story about a dog that, like, protects his young child owner and then dies, but then kind of hangs around as, like, an angel dog.
Yeah.
He dies because he's been sent to hell. And then he comes back as an angel dog to guard her. And then he proves himself to be good enough to go to heaven.
He was a good boy.
He's such a good boy.
Even seeing that picture, honestly, has brought something back. I forgot. I seem to just block these things out.
It's for the best. We'd be crying all day if we just remembered all these sad dog deaths.
Yeah, so if you have any traumatic dog deaths in films of your own, we don't need to know about your real life ones. That'll be too emotional. R.I.P. Finbar. Lads.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
Oh,
no. We'll do that
We
another
all
time.
have one of those.
He decided to play dead about 7 years ago. He's still doing it.
Class
He's
at that.
playing really
dog.
good. He's
Really
good.
smelly. Really smelly. Yes, but so that was our big question this week. So get in touch if you have any ones that still break you to this day. That's right. We want to know about your emotional vulnerability.
Yeah.
Thanks. Thanks for the big question, Justine. No, we're gonna stop crying and keep going on. Now it's on to this week's big trailer. And just before, Rory, it was your choice. So what is the film?
High Life.
High Life.
Yeah, like
This sounds like a fun kind of romp that's set on an aeroplane, maybe.
or like a weed smoking comedy.
Yeah, that could work.
Blaze it up.
Burn one down. But no, it's not actually. It's a highly erotic sci-fi thriller, which is just
Standard Rory Cashin.
just my genre.
That and Don Bluth doggy films. Here's a look at High Life.
What do you mean by doggy?
We were scum. Trash. Refuse that didn't fit into the system. Until someone had the bright idea of recycling us to serve science.
The odds are not in our favor. But when my work is accomplished, when perfection is achieved...
Then what? Fly away?
I know I look like a witch.
You're foxy and you know it.
You weren't joking when you said it was a sexy, thriller, erotic sci-fi film. Those were your words, I think. I was listening.
Verbatim.
Verbatim.
It's Robert Pattinson, who is a very sexy man. Juliette Binoche, very sexy lady. Mia Goth, I don't know who she is. She's got a interesting name.
She was in
That's
a
her
film.
name.
Yeah, there it is.
She was in a film with Dane DeHaan. Was it last year? The Cure for Water, Cure for what? The Cure for something?
Oh,
a Cure for Wellness.
A Cure for Wellness, yes.
And not a great film, but she's really striking looking. So she suits this kind of eerie sci-fi.
Her name is perfect for her.
Yeah.
Mia Goth.
Mia Goth. Mia Goth. Yeah.
And
Mia too.
And Andre Benjamin, Andre 3000 from Outcast is in as well.
Amazing.
I was like looking at that, being like, I know him.
Plus, I think he's growing
yeah.
weed in the trailer. Because he like sniffs the bud or whatever, and I'm like, oh, High Life.
So it is High Life, gotcha.
But I think it is actually an erotic sci-fi thriller. It's about a group of convicts who are given a potential pass for their crimes if they help a group of scientists investigate a black hole. And on the way, they're apparently sexually tested on the spaceship. I don't know what
Is that like a
any of that
form
means.
Q&A?
Could be.
Test
Yeah,
them?
yeah.
Could be. I
Could
would
you fill this out, please?
fail. So yeah, it's intriguing. It's got a really interesting cast, and from the trailer, looks quite different. Because like sci-fi is my bag. Like like intelligent, like Sunshine and The Martian and Interstellar, like all that stuff. I can feel my brain lighting up. So if you add that to just a lot of attractive people like boning in space, I'm down.
That really works for you. Robert Pattinson continuing his move to get as far away from Twilight as possible.
I think he's doing well.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, he's really... Because I think Jamie Dornan has a lot of trouble moving away from 50 Shades.
It's probably because he's not as good an actor.
As talented as
He acts
agree.
a lot of beard acting
Yeah.
and a lot of eyebrow.
Great
A lot of
beard.
eyebrow
That
work.
works, though. That works for
Great
Dornan,
beard.
100%.
As two beard wearers, you can...
We can vouch for that. Oh,
Wear
this thing comes right
wear a
off.
beard.
This thing
Just
comes
let
right
Lego
off.
just clicks off.
Lego beards. So High Life, when's that coming out?
It's out this, I want to say April, I think.
April's a month.
I know the US release date is April, but I'm not sure if it has a confirmed Irish release date yet. I'd say in around the same time.
Okay, cool. So looking forward to High Life. The full trailer is up on Joe as well, so you can go and check that out. So yeah, now it's time for, I think DEFCON levels of excitement have moved slightly up to, what way were we going? 2, up to 2, which is, it's a bit more threatening, but it's also more serious. So it's serious excitement.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's because we've got our big interview
No
with...
more fun.
Stop laughing. It's our interview with Yorgos Lanthimos, the director of The Favourite. And
No,
it's
to say it more Greek than that.
The way he says his name is...
Yorgos Lanthimos.
Yorgos Lanthimos.
There we go. That's like velvet.
Yorgos. No,
Bit
I
like
messed
the
up.
draw
I
at
have to
the G.
roll.
Yorgos.
Yorgos. No,
Lanthimos.
I'm not rolling the R. Yorgos Lanthimos.
There we go. You've hit it.
I don't know. Thanks.
I don't know.
What were we? What does he do again? Oh yeah, he's the director. He has directed Dogtooth, and as you said, Rory, moved into English language films The Lobster, which an unbelievable cast with Colin Farrell, Olivia Colman, who's back here in The Favourite as
Rachel
well.
Weisz.
Rachel Weisz is in that as well. So he's worked with Colin Farrell a couple of times because they teamed up for Killing of a Sacred Deer as well with Barry Keoghan. So he's got this real connection to Ireland. As you said, like a really intelligent, smart man. So obviously that shows because he loves Ireland. So fair play, Yorgos Lanthimos. Every time, right? Every time.
It's great to listen to.
So the full interview, yes, is up as a bonus feature for the Big Reviewski.
Yeah.
But we've picked out a couple of moments here. So you were chatting about, because there is an amazing cast in The Favourite.
Yeah, like the top 3 on IMDb would be Olivia Colman, Rachel Weisz, and Emma Stone. And as we were looking today, I think the 4th highest credited actor, 6th, sorry, I beg your pardon, 6th highest credited actor on the IMDb page. I can't remember the actor's name, but his character's name is Wanking Man.
Oh, okay. Is this from The Favourite?
6th. Number 6.
Like it's
Wanking.
3, and then maybe like Nicholas Hoult, and then one other famous person, and then number 6. It's like with the actor's name and the character's name is Wanking Man.
Because there was another character in the credits, which is Nude Pomegranate Tory as well, which is the guy that gets pelted with pomegranates, which is a
Like
great
at least
thing.
you know, like if someone's like, "What are you auditioning for?"
Yeah. I'm
New
here to
pomegranate.
Have you any notes on this? But yeah, so Yorgos actually likes his films are odd anyway,
Yeah.
and they can be a little bit hit and miss. But I loved The Favourite anyway.
Yeah, because I used to do a bit of just amateur in college acting for little short films and stuff.
Okay.
And a guy who was acting with us told me that he was an extra on The Lobster. He was in an orgy scene. But he was in the orgy scene with his daughter. She was in the same scene.
Oh no.
This in The Lobster.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's not.
Where was there an orgy in
we're
The
not-
Lobster?
yeah.
I can't remember that. Maybe
They
it was one of the
probably cut
outtakes.
that scene. Yeah, I wouldn't be
For
surprised.
legal reasons.
For legal.
For legal reasons.
Yeah. Not great.
But you didn't talk about that with Yorgos Lanthimos.
No, had I known, I might have. But no, it was more to do with. It was more traditional questions, I guess.
Like the film.
Yeah, like the bit we're talking about now is the initial cast for this, because as great as the trio are, and they are all fantastic in this, initially he potentially had envisioned a completely different trio of leading ladies, which probably all still would have ended up getting nominated for Best Actress and Supporting Actress anyway.
Yeah, because he seems to get these amazing performances out of people. So who was originally on the lineup?
Well, he can tell you right now. He can tell you right now.
Take it away there, Yorgos Lanthimos.
Yeah, that has become quite a bit of a. Kate was like, we were in discussions for a while, and I think that got out. But early on, it became apparent that, you know, it wouldn't work with her dates and her other commitments. Kate Blanchett was initially attached for a while, but I mean, as I said, you know, these films take a while in order to put together, and all the cast had to fall into place in order to finance it, and also for me to have the people I wanted. So again, Rachel was someone that I, of course, had worked before and always loved and wanted to work together again. So, you know, when all of the pieces came together, I think by the end of it, it was like the ideal cast for me.
Yeah, as he says, ideal cast. The three of them put in, like, it's a brilliant performance from Olivia Colman, the way her character changes throughout, and then just the dark pitch black comedy that he has out of all of them.
Yeah.
Like, these are deeply morbid people, but you love every single one.
Yeah, and it could have been Kate's, Winslet, and Blanchett. He doesn't say who was who. I'd say Rachel Weisz maybe was Winslet.
I would
and
say
Blanchett was maybe Olivia Colman. Maybe.
Right, okay, yeah. You could see them kind of interchanging for whichever. So, but yeah, they've all been nominated now for the Oscars. So it'd be amazing to see Olivia Colman get it, because she's just amazing.
She's fantastic. But he also talks about just how much he loves working in Ireland and with Irish people, and specifically two specific Irish actors who, you know, I think are now hugely internationally renowned, and in no small part because of Yorgos Lanthimos himself.
Well, their film last year, Killing of a Sacred Deer, was like universal acclaim again. Again, freaks a lot of people out.
Very dark comedy.
Yeah. But there's him chatting about Colin Farrell and Barry Keoghan.
You know, I always liked Colin before I even met him, and it was a great experience working with him on The Lobster. I think, you know, he did something very different to what he was making before, and he enjoyed it, and it was a great creative period and process, and we really liked working together. So obviously we went ahead and did it again, and it was not different. You know, I think Colin is a very special, talented actor, but also a wonderful human being. And you know, it's great to work with good people. So, you know, we always stay close, and, you know, I think we'll always be doing things together when we get the chance. And it was wonderful to, you know, to meet Barry for the first time, and you know, even from the auditions, I just sense that he's a very, you know, very special, talented human being, and very sweet as well. And it was, you know, great fun to make that film with them, and they bonded, and they, you know, they have a great relationship as well. And yeah, we kind of stay in touch, and I'm sure, you know, we'll all work together again.
I look forward to that
when we have the opportunity.
I really look forward to that.
That would be very cool if he teamed up with Colin Farrell and Barry Keoghan again.
Yeah, because he said in that same bonus callback to our first
did a bonus feature.
Yeah.
that you were
Good
there.
times.
I wasn't.
That was a good one.
That was good.
Yeah, he said in that one that he has not been approached by Hollywood to direct any major blockbuster.
Ever?
Ever. That's what he said. So
They're probably freaking out. What do we do with like 150
give you this
million?
money. We can't.
Ranking Man and everything.
Orgy after orgy after orgy.
Add him into the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah, so if he like were to go big and take Barry and Colin with him and all these ladies, great.
That'll be phenomenal. The favourite is still in Irish cinemas at the minute, so you should definitely head along and see it, because as we said, it's been out for a few weeks already. Will 100% be on a lot of people's favourite films come the end of the year.
And will probably win an Oscar too.
Oh, which will be unreal. You will be able to hear all the Irish people who were involved in it screaming come Oscar night. I presume someone will get to go over and actually be at the Oscars as well. So if you're looking yeah, that's the way it works. You get nominated. You get. I wonder if they win. Will they get to be there?
If they hear you pronounce his name,
One
they'll
more.
Yeah.
Yorgos Lanthimos.
The Oscar for pronouncing his name.
Thank you. It's a pleasure just to be nominated.
Goes to La La Land. So, in terms of other releases that are going to be out in cinemas this week, a bunch of great ones. One that I'm very excited about. Well, two that I'm very excited about, actually. I think I just moved up to DEFCON level excitement. One. That's not working at all.
This metaphor is so confusing.
It's going backwards. Yeah.
One is better? No.
One is the best one. One is the worst one.
One is the worst one, but for your excitement, it's the best
most severe one. Yes,
Got it.
exactly.
Severe excitement.
So severe excitement. But we're severely excited about How to Train Your Dragon, The Hidden World.
Catchy title.
Really, really catchy title. So before we hear Rory's review of it, let's take a little look at the film.
We are no longer safe here. We all have to disappear, completely off the map. We have to fight for their freedom. Come on, Mike!
You're nothing without your dragon.
Attack! Show them what you got, bud. Save him. It's you and me, bud. Always.
Good news, everybody. Toothless and Hiccup are back. Everybody's favourite dragon and dragon rider? Friend?
No. Daenerys.
Friend. Oh, Daenerys is pretty good as well.
And Sean Connery when he was the dragon that time.
That's right. Oh, he was the dragon.
Yeah.
That's right.
Who was the man? Was it Dennis Quaid?
I can't remember. We'll have to go
Dragonheart.
check it out.
Just the film anyway.
There's the film. If anyone's out there on Google, I have no phones on us. What the hell's The Hidden World about?
Okay, it's the threequel of the series. It eventually essentially involves Hiccup trying to find somewhere that his entire tribe can move to, because his new island covered in dragons is a target for dragon hunters. So they try to find this hidden world where all the dragons and the people who love the dragons can be safe. But along the way, they meet the world's most feared dragon hunter, who's voiced by F. Murray Abraham.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And also on the way, Toothless meets a lady version of his type of dragon, and they all thought that...
There she is.
There she is, there now. They all thought that he was the last one left, but it turns out he's only the second to last one left. And there's like a dragon romance in there too.
Bit of dragon love, happy days. Not an erotic thriller though. Fun for all the family.
Yeah.
Yes.
Does the dragon die?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, exactly. Next week, what are your favourite dragon deaths? I love the first two films. Like, they look amazing. Well, the first one especially.
Yeah.
But they genuinely just, the design of the dragons as well are incredible. And the fact that they have F. Murray Abraham in there, who people will know from Homeland.
Yes.
He's Sal. And he also plays Salieri in Amadeus. Which was an incredible performance. So he's always good as a menacing kind of bad guy.
And he's got a great voice.
Yeah, phenomenal voice.
Which is what you want for an animated movie. Because one of my biggest pet peeves for animated movies is when they hire famous people to do voices as opposed to people with good voices.
Yeah.
Which is why it's always great to hear Jared Butler, because he's got such an amazing voice. And He's not in this much for reasons that are clear to anyone who's seen the first two.
A dragon sits on him.
He's just he's busy making Hunter Killer and other stuff like
gotcha.
that. But like the rest of the cast are fantastic, like Kristen Wiig and Kate Blanchett, and just so many famous people are in it. And again, it's beautiful to look at. There's some unique set pieces in this that, like the How to Train Your Dragon series is really good at coming up with original set pieces, and there's loads in this. It's just, it's a dip from the first one. It still doesn't reach the high that the first one managed. It's like they had enough of a plot for half of this film, so then they just kept repeating it over the course of it. So like I think kids will love it, and I think it is a good film and a good ending to the trilogy, but it's not. It never reaches the greatness of the first one.
So it's a good start for animated films in 2019 anyway. Good solid start. Because did you have a fun day out of the cinema? Because you and Paul went to see it together on a date.
We had a mandate at the cinema. Yeah. It's always interesting going to family premieres, because you'll go in a screen and there'll be, I don't know, 10,000 children in the screen with you.
Roughly.
And then I don't have any kids that I'm aware of. Ditto for Paul. So we're just like two grown men, like just like at 10 in the morning, just waiting for the film to start, and every child around us is like screaming and
off their face,
eating popcorn and having all the sugar and just having a great time.
Why they're having a great time? Because they haven't seen a dog death in a film yet.
That's true. That's really, you're really hooked on that.
They haven't had their life
ruined. I wonder are there dogs in this one as well? But yeah, don't worry about the dragons or their well-being or anything as well. But as you said, fun for the family, especially if you do get the kids like kind of sugared up on popcorn and everything.
Yeah, like it's good, and it's distracting for, like, it's very colourful, and Toothless as a character is just so lovable anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just good.
Happy days. I'll take it. So How to Train Your Dragon, The Hidden World is coming out in cinemas very, very soon this week. And one of the other big releases, which I think was nominated for Best Picture as well, is Green Book. So again, here in Ireland, whenever it was called out as one of the Best Picture nominees, it's one of the ones that we haven't had a chance to see yet. But Rory, you got along to one of the preview screenings. So just before we hear a review, here is, it's Viggo Mortensen and Mahershala Ali. Oof. Oh, lads, we're nailing them today. Does he still get the Oscar for? He does. Yeah.
I think so.
Here's a look at Green Book.
Yeah, some guy called over here, a doctor. He's looking for a driver. You interested?
I am not a medical doctor. I'm a musician. I'm about to embark on a concert tour in the Deep South. What other experience do you have?
Public relations.
Do you foresee any issues in working for a black man?
You in the Deep South? There's gonna be problems.
Promise me you're gonna write me a letter.
I promise. Tell me that don't smell good.
I've never had fried chicken in my life.
You people love the fried chicken.
You have a very narrow assessment of me, Tony.
Yeah, right? I'm good.
You will be interacting with some of the wealthiest people in the country. It is my feeling that your diction could use some finessing.
But why you breaking my balls?
Because you can do better, Mr. Ballalonga.
Two phenomenal actors.
Yeah.
Can you say both their names?
Viggo Mortensen.
Mortensen?
Yeah.
Is that the way you say it?
And Mahershala Ali.
I like the way you're like the pronunciation judge, Justine. You're like, I will not say any of them, but yes.
10 points.
So what's Green Book about?
Green Book is based on the true story of a famous pianist played by Mahershala Ali, who hires a New York man, Viggo, of Italian descent, to drive him through the southern states of America so he can play all these kind of highbrow venues. But while he's down there, they encounter typical 1960s southern states racism, and it's about how they kind of initially are poles apart and come to learn a lot about each other and from each other.
So obviously, no surprise then that it's been nominated for an Oscar. So whenever one of these heavy-hitting films with massive issues, especially because the States is an absolute mess at the minute. But in terms of racism, Mahershala Ali dealing with it, because Viggo Mortensen seems like this. I'm kind of like a good-natured kind of guy, bada bing, bada boom.
Yes.
I like my pastrami on my, like a pretty kind of...
At one point, does a Liz Lemon from 30 Rock and folds a pizza in half and attempts to shotgun it.
That's
while
amazing.
just sitting in bed.
It's the only way to eat pizza.
Totally.
So is it deserving of like all the kind of rave reviews, nominations? Here's the thing.
Here's the thing. I've got things
Rory's
to say.
dead inside, everybody.
I've got things to say. Viggo, great and everything. Mahershala, great and everything.
I would have gone with you to Mordor.
Okay.
Yeah, I would have.
If you'd asked, I would have been like, yeah, I'm not doing it. Like,
yeah, sweet.
It's very well told. It has like a funny, entertaining script behind it, even though it's dealing with obviously some heavy subjects. So it's difficult for me because it is essentially a film about a white man teaching a black man how to be blacker. Right. Because over the course of the film, he's like, why don't you like fried chicken? Why don't you know who Little Richard is? These are your people. Why do I know more about this than you are? Than you do. And it's just like, it's just a teeny bit racist. It just feels a bit like a film they might have made in 1960 about the 1960s.
Gotcha.
But we're 50 odd years later now. What years are Thank you.
Yeah, we'll take it.
And like the message of the film
100
is
years.
Being racist is bad. And we're like, yeah, I know. We know.
Well, it does seem like, especially like on the American audience, like, that a lot of people might need to be reminded of that as well.
Yeah. But like do you know who the director is?
Oh, it's Peter Farrelly.
The director of Dumb and Dumber and Kingpin.
Oh.
So this is phenomenal. So is this a funny film?
Yeah, what?
Is it funny as well?
It's light-hearted more than it is like purely dramatic. But Peter Farrelly is not a director you associate subtlety with.
No.
So when he's making a film about the racial problems in 1960s America, that same lack of subtlety is present here. So it's like, it's a good intention, but oh my God.
Peter Farrelly, now that did come as a little bit of a shock when it was like one half of the the two directors, because it's him and his brother who directed Dumb and Dumber, one of the greatest films of all time.
Mm-hmm.
How are the performances? You said obviously Viggo Mortensen.
They're both fantastic.
Yeah.
Like it's tough to fault as entertainment.
Yeah.
But like anyone who considers himself even slightly woke will be watching this going, what is the point of this?
You're woke because you use the word woke, so that's that sorted. You went on a different mandate for this one. It wasn't Paul this time. It was another friend of ours called Brian, but he loved the film.
He did.
Yeah.
He did. Yeah. He did. We're not going on another mandate.
That's it. That's the end of it.
We just argued afterwards. So, yeah, like it's tough because on the one hand, I'm like, it's well acted, it's well made, it's well intentioned, and on the other hand, it's like rewatching a reverse engineered Driving Miss Daisy.
Gotcha.
That's just what was coming to mind when you were describing it.
Driving Miss Daisy, directed by the director of Dumb and Dumber.
Okay,
it's like, if you got race problems, we'll solve it. We've got the Kingpin guy.
How is he at playing the piano?
I don't know if it's actually him, but his acting at playing the piano was really good.
Phenomenal.
He's basically Frasier. Like Black Frasier.
What? Really?
Like real...
Blazer.
That suit, that blazer there,
yeah,
that
blazer.
yellow suit is incredible.
Like, yeah, he's kind of like uptight and prissy and...
Well-educated, articulate.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
Yeah. And
okay.
he's got one of the good fellas driving him around.
yeah,
that's also, like, the way they approach his character is also... Because he's all like...
It's quite stereotypical as well.
Like, he's all talking with his hands. I realize what I just did. It's quite racist, but I'm emulating.
You're giving an example. So that's Green Book. To always try each year, whenever the nominations do come out for the Oscars, to try and see every single one on there, just to give them a wee bit of a comparison. So no, it's still looking forward to seeing it. Anyway, so Green Book is going to be out in cinemas this week, so go check it out. Now it's time for the most exciting part of the show, and I know that's hard to believe because it's already been so exciting so far.
On that incredibly difficult scale.
Yeah. I don't know where we are now.
Minus one?
Minus one. DEFCON -1 in the excitement levels. We did give you a little sneak peek earlier on. This is our competition time. Can we see last week's competition high clue up on screen? Because we had a bunch of entries for this, and as well as this, look, you can have the Batman one. Right. Look, there's Batman.
I can have it?
No, you can have it to hold right now. I feel like Tubbs. There's one for everybody in the studio.
It's our Big Reviewski toy show.
Yeah. We also, I don't know if you can get a look at this. This is Emmett and Lucy's escape buggy from the film. Let's do another close-up. You come closer to the screen.
I've seen this film.
You come closer to the screen.
It is in the
It's
movie.
in the film. Justine, you can have that one.
Wow, thank you. I get the bigger one, Rory. Yeah.
Well, looky here.
Oh.
For everybody listening, you can hear those sweet, sweet Lego pieces.
You know, there's definitely something in there.
This one is Sweet Mayhem's Sister Starship, who's played by
Stephanie Beatriz.
Beatriz from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Rosa from Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
My favourite.
She's amazing. So we have these unbelievable Lego Movie 2 box sets up for grabs.
Shake this right beside my microphone.
That working, that sounds great. So last week's competition high clue was, we can do this, it was Cool Bruce at the beach, Breathless Anderton aims high, Sally's bird is cooked. So we did the 575, it all checked out. Does anybody have any ideas what the correct answer is? Because I can tell you, only 2 people, like last week when it was Pulp Fiction, loads of people got it right. Loads of people. This week, only 2 people got it correct.
I think I know what it is, but it's entirely from the first line.
Okay, well that's good though. That's your insight. That's your hook. Justine, any ideas?
I can guarantee you, I am not one of those 2 people who got it right.
You're not allowed to enter the competitions anyway.
Sorry.
She already has the Lego.
I know you've got it. Give it back. Give it back.
Give one back.
So what do you think it is from the first line?
Right. So, Cool Bruce. Bruce to me is Bruce Wayne.
Okay.
At the beach. Cool. I was like Iceman playing volleyball. Bruce Wayne, Val Kilmer. Breathless. Is that the song?
Look at this. Look
Take
at this.
My breath away.
Go on.
I don't know what Anderson is. Oh, it's
Top Gun.
Tom Cruise in Minority Report.
Yeah.
Aims high because he's shooting into
Wants
the sky.
to be the best.
Sally's bird. A bird is a plane.
A bird is a plane, and also who is Sally?
Harry Met Sally.
When Harry Met Sally, who is
Meg Ryan.
Meg Ryan.
Sally's bird.
So Meg Ryan plays the wife of Tom Cruise's partner, who's Goose.
Okay, is
cooked.
Goose is cooked.
Goose is cooked.
I've never seen Top Gun.
What?
I've never seen it.
I know the soundtrack, and I've never seen it either.
What are you talking about?
Take my breath away. I know
What
the
is it? We
song.
have to stop. What?
Never seen it.
Filmsteins.
Oh, I'm so glad you're here.
A pair of
Putting this together.
Filmsteins. It's actually amazing.
I've no interest.
I don't think I've ever. No, do you know? No, can we? It's got a half-naked. Well, there it is. Top Gun. There's the answer.
I know
you were
you'd
correct.
think like
you were
a half-naked
correct.
volleyball team would be enough to get me on
enough.
board. But
Yeah.
I need to watch it. Like, I love the
You've got the
songs.
need
Just listen to
for
the
Top Gun.
songs.
Neither of them
Take
have
my
seen it,
breath
so
away,
neither of
like
them.
Take my breath away is a
Beautiful.
jam.
It is.
Can we get
to this
one
day-
last look at the high clue up on screen there, please? Just to quickly go through the solution.
I just did it.
No, I know that was it. You were dead right. Iceman, Bruce Wayne, which is Val Kilmer, on the beach playing volleyball. Breathless, take my breath away. Anderton is there for Minority Report, aims high, and Sally's bird is cooked. Yeah, Meg Ryan, you did. You already did all of
Meg
that.
Ryan was in it.
She is. She's Anthony
No, I
Green's.
believe you.
Oh no, she is. Look. There it is. Top Gun, phenomenal film.
I'm going to watch it.
Do
I am.
100%.
Part 2 is out next year, so we probably should.
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
definitely do a
I
double
think,
bill.
yeah.
Top bill. Yeah. Doesn't really work.
Top Gun.
That works. So you should definitely watch Top Gun. But this week's competition high clue. Let's get a wee look at this and see how we're doing. So, okay. So, made by gang's leader,
Right.
an amusing killer clown,
Right.
and then mob Bob's jobs to rob.
Checks
Okay.
out 575.
Checks out 575. And again, as I said, we've got Omniplex tickets up for grabs, so you can go and see all the brand new films in the cinemas. And we also have some of those Lego Movie 2 box sets as well. So if you get the correct answer, I have to say congratulations to Connor Quinlan and Cathal McCabe, who will be getting some of those tasty box sets. Justine and Rory, they're getting yours, so give me yours back, please.
Give me yours?
But no, I need it for a second. But yes, so for next week, made by gangs leader, an amusing killer clown, mob Bob's jobs to rob.
There's a lot of rhymes.
There's a lot of rhymes in that one. So that is next week's competition high clue. So it'll go up on Instagram, it'll go up on Twitter, so you can give us the answer to that up there. Any inklings, first of all?
Yeah.
Oh, you do have an idea for it?
Inkling.
Okay. I will give you an additional clue, a wee gift. It was, the name of the film was mentioned during today's show as well, at some point as well. So.
It's my dog's gift, isn't it?
It is, it's my dog's gift.
It is.
Yeah, made by gangs leader. That's the one. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this week. Very exciting show next week. Even more exciting than this one.
We're going to have to get a better measurement for excitement than your DEFCON levels.
Than DEFCON, okay.
Still don't know.
We still don't get it.
One is...
One is 7.
Basically, if there's an attack in America or something, they go to DEFCON level 2 or 1. That's as severe as it gets. Okay. If it's 5, they're grand. They also have something called...
We want to be positive about it, and you're
saying...
No,
I know, I did it all wrong.
Levels of
they also have emerge cons for emergencies. We'll get film cons.
We could just say that we're very excited. That could work. We're
really excited about next week because we are going to be taking a look at a brand new sci-fi action film. Alita Battle Angel.
It's my jam.
It is your jam. Yeah. And we're going to have interviews with loads of the cast from the show.
Well, there's Mahershala Ali. He's not one of the people I'm talking to, though.
You're not talking to him?
I am talking to Christoph Waltz, who you should know from Inglourious Bastards and Django Unchained. And also Jennifer...
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm just allergic to Christoph Waltz. Yeah, that's what it is. I can't be here next week because I'll just be sneezing the whole way through. Sorry about that.
And also, oh my God, Jennifer Connelly.
Jennifer Connelly.
Who's in Top Gun 2?
Oh, she's in Top Gun, the number 2, not TOO, because I was like, she's not in Top Gun. No. Excellent. So that's going to be on next week's show. We'll also have Paul Moore back with a bang. So Justine, Rory, as ever, it's been a pleasure.
Owen.
Thanks. Cheers. Give me back the Lego. Mommy says, get a hat on you.
It's cold.
And it is cold.
Yeah,
you'll catch your death. And sorry to all your dead dogs out there. We'll see you next time.
God bless you, by the way.
God bless. Oh, thanks.
Oh, really knows.